Welcome back. I'm between appointments and errands at this very moment, so I'm going to record this for you and hopefully have time to edit it in the usual manner. Today we have a very handy multi-purpose word. We'll follow up on something that I told you about the other day. We have mention of something that turned out to be pivotal to our current way of life. We'll talk about a true crime guy whose actions have inspired several works of fiction. We have yet another song that the artist didn't like it at all when he first recorded it, and, of course, a quote. So grab your favorite cuppa, settle in, and let's check it out. Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for August 27th already. August 27th is the 239th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 240th in leap years, with 126 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is purr. Not purr like a cat, but purr, P-E-R. Purr can be an adjective, an adverb, a prefix, an abbreviation, or a preposition. The uses I was thinking of apparently fall under the umbrella of preposition, according to Merriam-Webster. Per can mean by way of, as in per bearer. It can mean for each, or with respect to every member of a specified group or series, as in miles per hour, or income per person. It might mean as indicated by or according to, as in per list price. Per is a little bitty word that has many, many uses, and we could go on half the day examining each and every little nook and cranny of it, but I think this is enough for now. The word per comes to us from Latin. First known use of the word per is in the 1300s. Per. Per was suggested by YouTube viewer at Roberta Reels 7980. Thanks, Roberta. And if you have a word you'd like us to examine in this Word of the Day segment, drop it in the comments. We'll get it on the list. And with that, the early Germanic people were a tribal folk who lived in Central Europe and Scandinavia long ago. They were composed of many tribes whose law in general was dominated by concepts of feuding and blood compensation. The Visigoths were one such tribe. As unwise as it would be to raise the ire of any of these tribal groups, some foolish, self-serving Roman leaders let their ill-considered plans get the best of them, such that they did some, frankly, stupid things, the results of which splashed back on them in dramatic fashion. We talked about this in a recent episode, if you remember. One set of unintended consequences that we talked about in a recent episode is that they managed to make the Visigoths big mad, big mad. And so it is that 3 days prior to this, the Visigoths showed up and began pillaging Rome. And I guess they got done what they wanted to do. Maybe they felt they'd made their point or satisfied their rage, and the sacking of Rome by the Visigoths ended after those 3 days on August 27th in the year 410. Petroleum was discovered in Titusville, Pennsylvania on August 27, 1859, leading to the world's first commercially successful oil well. This is the birthday of American convicted murderer and body snatcher Ed Gein, born August 27, 1906. He came to be the prime suspect in the 1957 murder of hardware store owner Bernice Worden. When authorities searched his home, they discovered things that I won't detail here. Of course, they arrested him, and when they questioned him, he told investigators that in the previous several years, he'd visited several local graveyards, primarily to dig up the graves of recently buried middle-aged women that he thought resembled his mother, who had passed away just after Christmas 1945. Robert Bloch's suspense novel Psycho was based on the story of Ed Gein, as was Alfred Hitchcock's movie of the same name. His story has served as a gruesome inspiration for several other novels, TV shows, and movies, including the Buffalo Bill character in The Silence of the Lambs. Ed Gein had some particular skills, but was not a brilliant intellectual by any means. When he went to trial, he was judged not guilty by reason of insanity and ordered to be committed for the rest of his life to the Central State Hospital for the Criminally Insane in Waupun, Wisconsin. And today's song is Kiss from a Rose by Seal, number 1, August 27, 1995. Written in 1987, Seal didn't like this song at first and didn't even show it to his producer at the time, but the producer, Trevor Horn, got hold of it anyway. He worked his producer magic and voila! Kiss from a Rose was first released in 1994, featured in the movie Neverending Story 3, and then appeared in the Batman Forever soundtrack, pushing the song to number 1 status, making Seal a household name. Kiss from a Rose by Seal, number 1, August 27th, 1995. Link in the description. How about that? For today's quote, it's something that I learned years ago and have been saying ever since. If you've been watching me for a while, you may remember seeing it in outtakes. And it is, don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. While I don't recall ever hearing her say these exact words, this is the sort of thing I will have learned from my grandmother. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. All right, take care. Be good to each other. I'll see you next time. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlists in the description. You can find me on BitChute, Facebook, Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, and X, as well as on a blog page called No Really. No Really. No Really. Consider following my Day in History page on Facebook if you're on Facebook. I also have a Patreon account now, or you can buy me a coffee. All those links are in the description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.